Good morning. Okay, good morning, everyone. Today is the 31st of May, and we are going to go through a couple of market updates with regards to the week ahead. Exciting week last week. Some calls played out quite nicely. And this week, we are going to see if we can spot a few more which have done nicely as well, which will do nicely as well in the coming week, all right? So we'll just go through the broader market, the NASDAQ again. We did say last week that if this roughly 29,800 level broke, then we would have a bullish continuation. If not, the bias was to the downside. All right, as you can see here, on news of Iran, this gapped higher, and once it really gapped over the 29,689 level, the bears were pretty much done for, and you can see that this just trended higher into the end of the week. Okay, so again, very light on your feet if you ever want to push for shorts, although the initial primary path was on the short side or a sideways consolidation. As you can see, this is chosen to break out here. And right now we are looking at support zones at 30131 and 30267.5. All right, so these are potential dip buy supports. Do watch for them. These are all available in your FX CFD accounts or your futures accounts. You can look at them. This is the NQ futures, which you can trade on the Veridium futures challenges. All right. Now, with regards to currencies, let's go to the dollar Swiss. All right. So as you can see here, the dollar Swiss last week, we were pushing and hoping for a revisit of the 80 level, 80-point range over the week. Not a very big move. Still believing that into next week, we will still see a push higher in the dollar towards the 80 level. All right. Again, the dollar Swiss is one of the best risk reward pairs from a carry trade basis. It is paying a good amount of swap for you to just stay long on the dollar Swiss versus almost any other currency pair right now, and it is at an all-time low. All right, so your risk reward is in your favor. Okay, dollar yen, we're hoping for a push towards the 160.5 level. Did push higher, but again, very muted range, 80-point range. So still expecting a push higher into next week. And again, if we exceed this 160.5 range, we are expecting the Bank of Japan to start calling for intervention in the currency markets. So do watch for that rhetoric coming out if the dollar yen does push significantly higher. Gold. All right, gold, very simple. Calling out last week that expecting a breakdown. It gapped up first, but we did get that breakdown to complete the downside move that we were expecting in this, and now you can see a counter trend rally. This counter trend rally should roughly get to around the 4582 level, and you can see that it barely tagged it. And from here, okay, the trend can again continue to the downside. So do be careful if you are trying to catch a precious metal bottom, because right now the technicals do look quite bearish for gold. Okay, where do the bulls need to get this to in order to really get things going is the 4710 level. If they can get the 4707 to 4710, the bulls start to gain significant control and invalidate the entire bear thesis. Again, just a reminder, being short gold, the swap is in your favor. So again, you can trade this on the FX CFD accounts, and you can trade this on gold futures in our challenges. All right, now, in terms of equities, we had very nice equity moves. As you can see, ServiceNow last week. All right, when we were calling it out, saying, hey, this is starting to break out, okay? And you can see really at the start of the week, when we were calling it out, this had just started to consolidate to downside or sideways here before we had this spectacular move to the upside. So if you did watch last week's market updates on ServiceNow, congratulations if you caught this move. If not, don't worry. We do have another name that is going to, or has a setup that is similar, right? And that's ServiceNow. All right, there's a long-term downtrend break. All right, sideways consolidation, as you can see here. All right, and a move to the upside, but this move is not as pronounced as what has happened in ServiceNow. Okay, in terms of where this can go to, do expect this to visit at a minimum. Okay, the 127.6 level, just 195 to the upside to possibly 200s. All right. The software sector, AI native enterprise software stocks are on fire right now. ServiceNow, Microsoft, CRM, all these have been deemed as AI native software stocks that are going to benefit. So important to watch them. So again, Microsoft as well. Okay, we're going to go through that. As you can see, very similar pattern. Again, basing and then breakout. Okay, and just important point to note: equities, unlike futures and FX, when they go, they just go. All right, like trying a mean reversion short here is not a very intelligent thing to do. All right, with that, we have covered more or less the key things to look at for the week ahead, and look forward to seeing you later on the live webinar, which we'll be doing, where you can ask about markets that you're looking at. Again, everything that has been covered here is available on the challenges, all right, within the Veridium trading platform. All right, see you guys later then.